Shri Gurubhyo Namah Harihi Om Dhyayamo Dhavalavagunthanavatim Tejomayim Naishtikim Snigdhapangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmitashrimukhim Vatsalyamritavarshiniim Sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Syamangim Madhusiktasuktim Amritanandatmikam Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. We'll begin with our discussion on Lalita Sahasranama. The last week we discussed names 558 through the name 564. So as we do it every week, let us first begin with slowly chanting each of those names first, the ones that we discussed the last week, and then move on with our discussion for this week. So let us chant together from the names 558 through 564. So let us chant together. Om Kamalaksha Nishevitayai Namah. Om Tambula Purita Mukhyai Namah. Om Dadimi Kusuma Prabhayai Namah. Om Mragakshyai Namah. Om Mohinyai Namah. Om Mukhyayai Namah. Om Mridanyai Namah. So moving on to the following names. Before that, there was a very short question last week. We were discussing the name Mohini, and someone was asking about the term Sarva Mohini. Sarva is more like a prefix to the name Mohini. We discussed someone who is very enchanting, someone who attracts. And the term Sarva means everything or everyone. So it is just adding or stressing on how enchanting the Divine Mother is. Sarva, everything or everyone. One who enchants everyone and everything. The term Sarva is usually used as a prefix in many cases. You know, we have the term Ishwari, which means the goddess. Sarveshwari, Sarva, Ishwari, goddess of everyone, goddess of everything. So Sarva Mohini, one who enchants everyone and everything. And as long as Mohini is concerned, there are different prefixes used. We say Vishwa Mohini. Vishwa, the creation, the whole creation. Or even Jagat, Jagan Mohini. Jagat, again, the whole world. So Vishwa Mohini, Jagan Mohini. And then we say Mana Mohini. Mana, the mind. Mohini, one who enchants or attracts the mind. So all these are just prefixes adding or stressing on the enchanting nature of the Divine Mother all the more. That's all what the prefix of Sarva does. Everyone and everything. The Divine Mother who enchants, attracts everyone and everything. Okay, so we'll try to discuss the names 565. Hopefully, let's try to discuss until name 576 is what I'm looking forward to, but based on time, we will continue the next week. So the 565th name is Mitra Rupini. Mitra Rupini. I was thinking we should probably discuss the names 565 through 570 together, because the names are kind of interrelated, and it would be best, or it would be much easier, we discuss them together. So we'll go through all the 5 names, then we will chant those names together. So starting with the 565th, Mitra Rupini. Mitra Rupini. Let's pronounce it word by word. I'll do it once, and please repeat it twice. Let's first just pronounce them. The first word, Mitra. 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 So T is without a vowel, so it's just t. And R-A is with a vowel. R and A. Ra. Ra. Mitra. 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 And then Rupini. U with a bar. The first one is with a bar, so it is Ru. Instead of Ru, it is Ru. Rupini. Rupini. Mit Rupini. Rupini. Mitra Rupini. Mitra Rupini. Mitra Rupini. Mitra. There are 2 meanings we could aspect to Mitra. One of the shorter meaning, or the meaning that we have already discussed before. Mitra translates to sun. So it stresses on the effulgence, like the name that we discussed, Katyayani, one who is all effulgent, one who spreads light of knowledge and wisdom. So radiance, effulgence could be one of the meaning that we could infer as Mitra. Rupini translates to embodiment or form of. So form of effulgence is one of the interpretation we could have. Another interpretation we have for Mitra is friend. Mitra Rupini, one who is the embodiment of friendship, or one who is friend of or companion of everyone and everything. Mitra translates to friend or companion, confidant. You know, there is this text called Buddha Charita. Buddha Charita is composed, inspired by the life of Buddha, Gautama Buddha, his conduct, his way of dealing different situations in life. So there is a verse in Buddha Charita which talks about friends or friendship. It says, Ahita pratishedascha. Ahita pratishedascha. Hitecha anupravartanam. Ahita pratishedascha. Hitecha anupravartanam. Vyasane cha aparityagaha. Trividham mitra lakshanam. It says ahita. Ahita, actions that are non-righteous. Hita, righteous, good in nature, with a good attitude. Ahita, non-righteous. Ahita pratishedha, one who dissuades you from performing actions that aren't right in nature. One who discourages you in performing non-righteous actions. Hite, hita, I mentioned, righteous. Hite, anupravartanam. Hite, one who pravartanam, to perform. Anupravartanam, one who performs along with you, one who supports you, one who encourages you and works along with you in performing what? Actions that are righteous in nature. Vyasane, in difficult times, in testing times. Aparityagaha, one. Parityagaha, tyaga, to let go, to renounce, to abandon. Parityaga. Aparityaga, one who doesn't renounce you in difficult times, in testing times. Trividham, these are the three ways you could understand a true friend. One, who dissuades you when you are about to perform actions that are non-righteous in nature. One who encourages you and tags along when you're about to perform actions of righteous nature. One who doesn't abandon you in difficult or testing times. These are the three qualities of a friend, is what Buddha Charita talks about. We usually, when we talk about friendship, we say a friend in need is friend indeed. That's what this verse actually reflects. So a true friend, when you say a friend in need, a true friend is one who understands us, who understands our feelings and sentiments, who understands the situations that we are in. A true friend is one who accepts us the way we are. A true friend is one who adjusts and compromises his comforts or his notions for us. A true friend is one who forgets and forgives our shortcomings. A true friend is one who speaks when he is required to speak to us and keeps mum when he is not supposed to speak to us. And a true friend is one who has trust in us, who has faith in us, because of which we also reciprocate that. That would what a true friend mean. And to be a true friend in this world is definitely difficult. That's why we hear, or we usually say that the true friend one can have is the divine or the Sadguru. Because to understand, to accept, to adjust, to forget and forgive, to have trust in us, to have the faith in us, only a Sadguru can have that, or the divine can have that. So the Divine Mother represents that ultimate state. One who is Mitra Rupini, one who is true embodiment of a friend, or one who is the embodiment of a true companion. Mitra Rupini. We'll come back to chanting the name. The 566th name says Nitya Tripta. Nitya Tripta. Nitya Tripta. Let's try to pronounce it word by word. Nitya, Nitya, Nitya. Tripta. So it is T-R, R with a dot. So tr. And then again, P is also without a consonant, without a vowel. So trip. And then the last T and a A is a long A, so it is ta. So tripta, 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 tripta. So it is Nitya Tripta, Nitya Tripta, Nitya Tripta. Nitya translates to ever, incessantly, or unendingly, always. Nitya. Nitya what? Always what? Unendingly what? Tripta. One who is satisfied, one who is content. Nitya Tripta, one who is ever content. So who can be a true friend? Who can live up to all the qualities that we talked about? Understanding, accepting, adjusting and compromising, forgetting and forgiving, one faith, trust, to keep control over what they speak to us. Who can do that? One who has no expectations from us. One who is just content already by their own selves. That's why we say the Sadguru is the true friend. It's not just to please the Sadguru that we say Sadguru is the true friend. It is actually logical in nature. Those who have expectations automatically cannot live up to the qualities that we talked about. So only a realized person, a realized soul, one who has realized his or her own true self, his or her own true potential, only such a person can live up to the qualities of a true friend. And who is that? One who is ever content by their own being. they don't need anything externally. They are nitya tripta. They are ever content. They are always content. They have no external needs. So it is nitya tripta. So we discussed mitra rupini, one who is embodiment of true companionship. Nitya tripta, one who is ever content. Only such a person can be a true companion. There is a verse that there are these Sanskrit subhashitani, they say. Subhashitam, words of meaning, words that convey teachings, or phrases that convey teachings to us. So there is a phrase that I remember we learned when I was young. It goes as na kaschit kasyachit mitram, na kaschit kasyachit ripuhu. Arthatah tu nibadhyante. Arthatah tu nibadhyante mitrani ripavastatha is what we have learned. So it says na kaschit, na, not, kaschit, anyone, kasyachit, of anyone, mitram. So no one is anyone's friend. Na kaschit kasyachit ripuhu. No one is no one's enemy. So no one is no one's friend, no one is no one's enemy. Arthatah tu. But arthatah tu nibadhyante. Arthatah tu nibadhyante. Artha, wealth. Arthatah, from wealth. Tu, but from wealth, nibadhyante. From wealth and the motives that each person has so as to achieve it or to further one's interest, mitrani ripavasthata. We either become someone's friend or we become someone's foe. So no one is anyone's friend, no one is anyone's enemy, but because of wealth, because of the desire to achieve something, because of motives or notions that we have, and so as to achieve it or so as to further it, further one's interest, we either become someone's friend or we become someone's enemy. And one who is ever content with their own self, there is just no becoming friend or enemy. That is true friendship. Because other friendship that we talk about is like happiness, which is ephemeral in nature, sorrow, which is ephemeral in nature. Right being in the middle is true happiness. So true friendship is not swaying either way, not being too attached at the same time, not being true to someone. So nitya tripta, one who is ever content by his or her own being. So two names. The 567th name, Bhakta Nidhi. Bhakta Nidhi. Let's pronounce it word by word. Bhakta, it is BH, so it is Bha. And then K is just K. T-A is Ta. Bhakta, Bhakta. So Bhakta, Bhakta, Bhakta. Nidhi, Nidhi. It is D-H. D is Da. D-H is Dha. Nidhi. Bhakta Nidhi. Bhakta Nidhi. Bhakta translates to a devotee, one who is dedicated. Nidhi, treasure. Bhakta Nidhi, one who is treasure to the devotee, one who is invaluable treasure to someone who is dedicated to you. So the Divine Mother is an invaluable treasure. A true friend is a invaluable treasure that one can get. I'm sure most of us agree what an invaluable role that Amma plays in our life, in different situations that we face. I'm sure all of us have had experiences wherein Amma comes to our rescue, or Amma remains there as a support, the perfect support that we need when we go through situations in life. So A true friend is the biggest treasure that we can have. There is this set of verses, the text called Viveka Chudamani, composed by Adi Shankaracharya. There's a verse there, it goes as Durlabham Trayametat Devanugraha Hetukam Manushyatvam Mumukshatvam Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. It says Durlabham. It is very difficult to achieve. Very difficult to achieve what? Trayam etat. These three. It is very difficult to achieve these three. Devanugraha hetukam. Devanugraha, by the grace of the divine, one could achieve them. What are these three? Manushyatvam, Mumukshatvam, and Mahapurusha Samshraya. Manushyatvam, to be born as a human being, to be born, to have a birth wherein we have Viveka and Vairagya. Unlike the other beings, human beings, why are they different from other animals or birds? Viveka and Vairagya. The ability to discern what is right, what is wrong, and to practice dispassion, to overcome just instinct, living by instinct, Viveka and Vairagya. So three difficult things. One, human birth. Two, just being born as human is itself difficult, and to be born as human and to think of getting liberated, to desire moksha. We are mumukshu. We want to get liberated from all the bondage. Not everyone can be blessed in thinking that way. So Manushyatvam, to be born as human beings, and to have the desire to be liberated from samsara. And three, Mahapurusha Samshraya, to be born as human beings, to have the desire to be liberated, and to have the company of a Mahapurusha, the company of a realized master. So it's very difficult to have these three. So to have a true friend in form of the Divine Mother, to have a true friend in form of the Sadguru, like our most beloved Amma, is a true treasure that we need to cherish in our life. And it's not just about obtaining the treasure. Once we obtain the treasure, we should always put in the effort to preserve the treasure, not lose the treasure. How do we do that? Keeping in a chitta shuddhi, in purity, in our thoughts, in our words, and in our actions. That's the best way we could preserve the invaluable treasure that each one of us has achieved in this lifetime. To have a friend, a true companion like Amma, a Sadguru like Amma. So the three names that we discussed: Mitra Rupini, Nitya Tripta, ever content, and Mitra Rupini Nitya Tripta Bhakta Nidhi, one who is invaluable treasure to those who are dedicated. The 568th name is Niyantri. 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 It's all, no A or I has a bar over it. So it's all Niyantri. 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 So who can be a true friend? Who can be someone who is totally content by their own self, their own being? Is one who is Niyantri, one who has Niyantra, one who has control, one who has complete control over their mind, over their senses. Shama and Dama. So Niyantri, one who has perfect control, and one who has the control over others around and guide everyone, is able to guide everyone. One who is able to control not just themselves, having the self-control, they are able to control others too and guide them. Niyantri, one who has control and one who controls, is the Divine Mother with the name Niyantri. So only such a person can be a true friend who has complete control over their own self. It's like one who can balance themselves in bicycle can help someone else balance on a bicycle. One who has complete control over driving, only such person can actually teach someone else to have control while driving. Similarly, one who has control over their mind and their senses, only such a person can impart the knowledge to others to control one's mind and senses. So, Niyantri. Niyantri is the 568th name. So, just again listing the names that we discussed: Mitra Rupini, Nitya Tripta, Bhakta Nidhi, and Niyantri. The 569th name we'll just discuss until 570 together because they are all interrelated. Nikhileshwari, Nikhileshwari, Nikhileshwari. So we'll just split it into two words and pronounce them first and then put them together. So it is Nikhila, Nikhila, KH is Kha. Nikhila, 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 Ishwari, 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 Ishwari. So the I has a bar over it. So it is Ishwari. Had the I not had the bar over it, it will be Ishwari, Ishwari, which is not the right way to pronounce it. So it's Ishwari. So Nikhila, Nikhila and Ishwari put together would become Nikhileshwari, Nikhileshwari, Nikhileshwari. Nikhila or Akhila, everything and everyone, everything entire. Ishwari, one who is the goddess, one who is the mistress. So Nikhileshwari, one who rules over everything and everyone. The queen or the mistress, one who rules over everything. We just discussed one who has control over one's own self. Niyantri automatically has control over everything because things or people won't dictate the mood that they would behold. They will decide. Like Amma says, happiness or sorrow is a decision that we make. It's not from things or people around us, but we decide to be happy or we decide to be sorrow. Amma says, if we decide to be happy, no one can make us sad. If we decide to be sad, no one can make us happy. So if we decide to be happy, we are the king. No one can make us sad. We have control over ourselves. We have control over everyone else. Whatever anyone else does, it doesn't make a difference. So we have complete control. So one who has complete control over the self rules everything. It may not literally mean so, but like I had mentioned, one who has complete control over their emotions, their every aspect of themselves, the external things just cannot rule over them. Rather, they will rule over what is around. You know, one needn't be a king to control everything. One can be a beggar and still control everything around. A king who doesn't have self-control could act like a beggar. And a beggar who has total self-control can automatically be a king. And no one can stop him from being a king. Mentally, not in literal sense. I recently received a WhatsApp message. The discussion or the long message was quite interesting to read. It was discussing about zero versus infinity. The message was trying to convey that neither zero nor infinity is a number. It's just an assumption. It's just summing up a feeling or a conclusion that we draw. So there is this some scientific study that I remember reading about it. They say for each person, the number countless is very different. It depends on how much you earn and you multiply that by 1,000, after that you stop counting. After that, everything is countless. It's a big number for you. So you earn $1, then 1,000 and beyond is just, it's a big number. Until then, probably you'll count it, or you'll try to understand what the figure is. It's a usual human mentality, it seems. So 0 and infinity, this message was discussing how both of them are just relative, or they are just conclusions that we make. They were giving the example of comparing the size of a small pebble versus comparing the size of Earth. Earth is so huge that you cannot say Earth is 1,000 times the size of the pebble. It's very difficult to put it in number and then grasp it. So rather we say the size of the pebble is just 0, size of Earth is infinity. But if we try to compare the size of Earth versus the size of, say, Milky Way galaxy, Earth's size would now become 0. The size of Milky Way galaxy is infinity. Because we don't know the right number, we just say it's infinite, this is 0. Earth was infinite in comparison with the pebble, but when we compare the same Earth with the galaxy, Earth's size becomes 0. So infinity and 0 are just relative in nature based on what we compare ourselves with. So the conclusion of that message was, they were discussing about poverty versus richness. So rich is not someone who has everything. Poor is not someone who doesn't have everything. Rich is someone who may or may not have everything, but whose desires are much below what they have, or desires are smaller than what they have. And a poor is someone, how much ever money they have, how much ever wealth they have, if their desires are bigger than what they have, they're still poor. So it's not just your physical appearance or what you have, the cars you have, the house you have, the possessions you have, that doesn't decide whether you are rich or poor. What your desires are is what decides whether you are rich or poor. So Nikhileshwari, one who is the king, one who is a queen, one who is the ruler of everything, is one whose desire becomes 0. Automatically, when your desires become 0, your wealth becomes infinite. As your wealth goes towards infinity, as your desire starts going towards infinity, how much ever wealth you have, it will always seem like 0. So Nikhileshwari is someone whose desire just tends towards 0. And that way you just rule everything. You are the queen. You are the king. So 569th name is Nikhileshwari. So Mitra Rupini Nitya Tripta Bhakta Nidhi Nikhileshwari. And then 570th name is Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. Let's split it into words and then pronounce them first. Maitri. 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 So M-A-I, my. It's like M-Y, my. So Maitri. Then Adi. 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 So it's like A with a bar over it. Adi. So putting them together, it would become Maitriyadi. 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 Vasana. VA has a bar, Va. SA is without a bar, Sa. N has a bar over it. Vasana. 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 Labhya. BH, Bha. And BH without a vowel, Bha. And Y with YA with a bar, Ya. Labhya. 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 Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. So how can one get a true friend or true companion. How can one earn a true friend or a true companion? Like I was mentioning, we could get a treasure, an invaluable treasure like Amma. How do we preserve? How do we earn and preserve the true treasure? It says, Maitriyadi, Maitri, friendliness, association with a friend. To be friendly, Maitri, Adi, etc. So, Maitri and few other qualities, Vasana, dispositions or tendencies, Labhya, to be obtained. So, one that is obtained. So, Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya, one that is obtained by the dispositions like Maitri, like friendliness and others. So, what are the four things that we need? So, as to there are four things, friendliness and three other things. That's why it says Maitri, etc. Friendliness, etc. So, it is Maitri, Karuna, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. Maitri, to be friendly, to accept, to have the attitude of acceptance. Karuna, to have sympathy, empathy, to have compassion towards those in need. Mudita, to be cheerful, to be always positive, to be optimistic in outset. And Upeksha, to be indifferent, to be indifferent to the dualities, to be indifferent to the likes and dislikes, to be indifferent to good and bad experiences that we get from someone or something, to be indifferent to any kind of dual experiences that we could obtain from someone. Such a person would definitely obtain the nidhi, the treasure like Amma in our lives, and to preserve that treasure. So, what are the four things? Maitri, which is friendliness, acceptance. Maitri, Karuna, compassion, empathy. Mudita, cheerfulness, optimism, positive attitude. And Upeksha, indifference to dualities, indifference to likes and dislikes. So, Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. Only such a person can attain the treasure like the Divine Mother or like our most beloved Amma. So, let us chant these names. So, it is Mitra Rupini. It would be Om Mitra Rupinyai Namaha. 565th name. Mitra Rupinyai Namaha. I bow down to the Divine Mother. So, let us chant that first. Om Mitra Rupinyai Namaha. Om Mitra Rupinyai Namaha. Nitya Tripta would be Om Nitya Triptayai Namaha. Om Nitya Triptayai Namaha. So together, 2 times. Om Nitya Triptayai Namaha. Om Nitya Triptayai Namaha. The 567th, Bhakta Nidhi. So it would be Om Bhakta Nidhaye Namaha. Om Bhakta Nidhaye Namaha. So together, Om Bhakta Nidhaye Namaha. Om Bhakta Nidhaye Namaha. Niyantri, 568, Niyantri. So it would be Om Niyantriyai Namaha. Om Niyantriyai Niyantriyai Namah. Together. Om Niyantriyai Namah. Om Niyantriyai Namah. The 569th, Nikhileshwari. So it would be Om Nikhileshwariyai Namah. Om Nikhileshwariyai Namah. Together. Om Nikhileshwariyai Namah. Om Nikhileshwariyai Namah. 570th name, Maitriyadi Vasana Labhya. So it would be Om Maitriyadi Vasana Labhyayai Namah. Om Maitriyadi Vasana Labhyayai Namah. Together. Om Maitriyadi Vasana Labhyayai Namah. Om Maitriyadi Vasana Labhyayai Namah. The 571st name, Maha Pralaya Sakshini. Maha Pralaya Sakshini. Let's go word by word. Maha. First A doesn't have a bar. The second A has a bar. So Maha. 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 Pralaya. L. The L, does it have a bar dot below here? No. So it's a pronunciation more common in Kerala, wherein you would put a dot below the L. So you would pronounce it as prala. When you have a dot below, twist your tongue up, pralaya. But otherwise, even pralaya, without twisting your tongue up, just keeping it flat, prala is also fine. But I'm used to more the pronunciation we have in the ashram, so I may say pralaya. If you would want pralaya, that's fine. So Maha. Second word is pralaya. 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 Sakshini. Sakshini. S-H, S-A-K, S-H, S with a bar below, with a dot below. So it's Sha. Shini. 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 Twist your tongue up, retroflex, Shini. Sakshini. Sakshini. Maha Pralaya Sakshini. Maha Pralaya Sakshini. Maha Pralaya Sakshini. We'll discuss the 571, 72 and 73 names together. They are again kind of related. Maha, something that is great, something that is big in stature. Pralaya. Pralaya translates to dissolution. Pralaya is more like an apocalypse, an end that happens. Apocalypse has a negative annotation, so I shouldn't be using the term apocalypse. It's like dissolution. It's like end. Sakshini. Sakshi, one who is a witness. Sakshini, a feminine aspect to it. Sakshini, one who is the witness even at the time of dissolution. One who is the witness even at the very end of creation. Whatever is created, when it dissolves, she is the one that is a witness to that. Maha Pralaya Sakshini. The 572nd name is Parashakti. Parashakti. So first A is without a bar, second one is with a bar. So Para. Had both of them had a bar, it would be Para. Had none of them had a bar, it would be Para. Right? So second one has a bar. Para Shakti. Para Shakti. The S has a dot over. So it is Sha. Keep your tongue flat. Touch the top of your mouth. Sha. Para Shakti. Shakti. Para Shakti. Para, something that is ultimate, something that is unsurpassable, nothing beyond. Para Shakti. Energy, power. So Para Shakti, the Divine Mother, who is the original and supreme energy or the supreme power. Para Shakti. And then the 573rd name, Para Nishtha. Para Nishtha. Para Nishtha. N-I-S with a dot below, so it's sh. And the next T is again with a dot below. So typically if you have, not in every case, but most of the cases, if you would have two consonants, if one of consonants together without a vowel in between, if one of them has a bar, a dot below, the following consonant also would have a dot below, because it makes more sense to pronounce both with the tongue twisted. One with the tongue twisted and other with straight. You can probably have, have a spasm in your tongue if you try to do that. So it probably is very logical that you pronounce both of them with the dot below. So nishtha. And it's a T with a dot below, is ta. You twist your tongue up, middle of your mouth, ta. And there's a H, so it becomes tha. Nishtha. Nishtha. Para nishtha. Para nishtha. Para, again, supreme, unsurpassable, ultimate, like Parashakti, Para. Nishtha, one of the meanings to Nishtha is end. And another meaning to Nishtha is someone who abides, who incessantly abides to. Nishtha, Naishtika Brahmachari. One who abides to the principle of Brahmacharya is Naishtika Brahmachari. Nishtha, one who abides. So Para, so Mahapralaya Sakshini, Para Shakti, and Para Nishtha. It is depicted in various texts in Sanatana Dharma, wherein Lord Shiva, if Lord Shiva dances the Tandava dance, Tandava dance is this extremely high energy dance of Lord Shiva that would just perish everything, is how the symbolism of that is. When Lord Shiva dances the Tandava dance, everyone, Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, the king of the Devas, and all the Devatas, they will all perish, is how the depiction is. The only person who could be with Lord Shiva and dance along with Lord Shiva is the Divine Mother. Only the Divine Mother can be a witness to Lord Shiva dancing the Tandava dance. And Lord Shiva opens the third eye. Once he opens the third eye, everything dissolves, is how the depiction is. We have discussed when Lord Shiva opens the third eye, it's about looking within. The third eye is not about looking outside, it's about looking within. And when we start looking within, automatically all that is outside just perishes. All that is outside doesn't hold any more significance to us. So we have discussed the three main components of creation, the three main steps of creation: creation, sustenance, and dissolution. And we have discussed the Divine Mother Shakti, the energy, is what plays a role in creation, sustenance, and dissolution. Even science says energy, the law of conservation of energy. Energy has ever remained constant in the creation. First it was altogether accumulated, then there was this big bang, the energy was released, and everything that happens in this physical creation, energy plays a role in creation of an element, sustenance of that element in whatever shape, whatever order that they are in, and in dissolution of that element. So the Divine Mother is that energy, Shakti, who witnesses the creation, the sustenance, and dissolution. Even when the object dissolves and ceases to exist or doesn't exist anymore, energy is still there. Energy is still witnessing that. So that's why Mahapralaya Sakshini, one who is witness to everything, one who is witness to the creation, the sustenance, and the dissolution. Energy remains as a witness there. That's why Parashakti, the ultimate energy, the ultimate power, the Divine Mother, who is ever steadfast, who is Nishtha, who has that Nishtha, who is ever dedicated, who is ever abiding to the principle of creation, sustenance, and dissolution, is part of it but is never affected by it. When you say Brahma, Vishnu, and all the Devatas perish, when the dissolution happens, creation of that object is no more significant. Sustenance of that object is no more significant. It is disintegrating. That is what. So that's why Brahma, Vishnu perish is what they say. There are so many factors that would have played a role in sustaining the object the way it was. All the Devatas represent those factors. So they all cease to exist. All that remains is dissolution, the force behind dissolution which Lord Shiva represents, and the energy that is used for the dissolution, which is Divine Mother. So she is the ultimate Shakti, ultimate energy, who witnesses all the three faces. The ultimate energy, Para Shakti. And she abides to these principles, Paranishtha. That's why Mahapralaya Sakshini, the witness of the dissolution, the ultimate dissolution, the ultimate pralaya, Mahapralaya. Parashakti, the ultimate power or energy, Paranishtha, the ultimate who abides to these principles, ever abiding to these principles. So let us chant these three. So it would be Mahapralaya Sakshini, would be Om Mahapralaya Sakshinyai Namah. Om Mahapralaya Sakshinyai Namah. Together 2 times. Om Mahapralaya Sakshinyai Namah. Om Mahapralaya Sakshinyai Namah. Parashakti would be Om Parashaktiyai Namah. Om Parashaktiyai Namah. Together. Om Parashaktiyai Namah. Om Parashaktiyai Namah. 573rd name, Paranishtha. Paranishtha. So it would be Om Paranisthayai Namah. Om Paranisthayai Namah. Together. Om Paranisthayai Namah. Om Paranisthayai Namah. The 574th name, let's do 574, 75 and 76 together. Again, they are related. That way we are able to cover more names too. So the 574th name is Prajnana Ghana Rupini. Prajnana Ghana Rupini. So word by word. Prajnana. Prajnana. How is it mentioned? It's N with a tilde over it. Is there a G before that? J. So I would rather say, for pronunciation purpose, replace the J with a G. So Gnya. N with a tilde over is Nya, like jalapeno. And a G before that. Gnya. G, Nya. Gnya. 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 So it would be pra, Nya. Na. Pra, Nya. Na. And if you're finding it difficult to pronounce G, it's fine. You can just say Prajnana. Prajnana. But Prajnana would sound a little weird. So it's like before you pronounce Nya, you just stop. Prajnana. 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 Ghana, G-H. G is G, G-H is Gha. Ghana, Ghana. Rupini, U with a bar. Rupini. Prajnana, Ghana, Rupini. Prajnana, Ghana, Rupini. Prajnana, Ghana, Rupini. Prajnana, Jnana, knowledge. Prajnana, knowledge in purest form. Knowledge of our own true self. The ultimate knowledge. Prajnana in purest form. Knowledge in purest form. Ghana, to be condensed, to be thick, to be highly saturated. Ghana, Rupini, embodiment or form. Prajnana Ghana Rupini, one who is the embodiment of condensed pure knowledge. One who is the embodiment of the nebulae, the thick, pure knowledge. It's just the pure knowledge, not just talking about pure knowledge. They're stressing on the pure knowledge by telling it's so condensed, so saturated with pure knowledge. Prajnana Ghana Rupini. Not Prajnana Rupini. Prajnana Rupini would be embodiment of pure knowledge. It's not just they're stressing on it, Ghana. They are making, say it's saturated with pure knowledge. Prajnana Ghana Rupini. The 575th name, we'll do the three names together. Madhvi Panalasa. Madhvi Panalasa. Madhvi Panalasa. So it would be word by word. Madhvi. Madhvi. So M-A, A with a bar. So Ma, D-H, W-I-V. Madhvi. Madhvi. Panalasa. It's Pana Alasa. Panalasa. Pana. A, both the A's with a bar. Panalasa. The third one without a bar. If the third one also had a bar, it would be Panalasa. So this, the third one is without A, without a bar. So Panalasa. Madhvi Panalasa. Madhvi is an intoxicating drink. Madhvi. Pana, the drinking of it. Alasa, one who is saturated, one who is slow, one who sways in that. So one who is saturated with the intoxicating drink. Madhvi Panalasa. And the 576th name, Matta. 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 Matta, one who is intoxicated. Matta, a feminine aspect to it. Matta, one who is intoxicated. Madhvi Panalasa. So we discussed Prajnana Ghana Rupini, Madhvi Panalasa, and Matta. I remember when I was studying in Amma's University, I had a friend who sometimes I would visit his home, who was my classmate. He had this very interesting neighbor who was very reserved, wouldn't talk to anyone, always looked down onto the ground and walk looking down. Never face anyone, never have eye contact with anyone. Very reserved, no talking at all. Very closed person. But the same person, every evening when he's coming back after work, is altogether very different. He's very Rajasic in nature. He's talking to everyone so loud. He's cheerful. He's laughing very loud. He's joking with people. And even the very first time I saw him, he was acting as if he knew me very well. And I was kind of a little surprised with his behavior. So contrasting from how he was in the morning. And then I was told every evening he comes back drunk. And when he comes back drunk, he's altogether a different person. When he's drunk, when he's intoxicated, he forgets about all the inhibitions he has. He forgets about all the reservations he has. And he's just opening up when he's coming back. But this is because of his ignorance about this is not about This is not about knowing oneself because of which he's happy. He's just hiding his inhibitions, drinking, and just forgetting about it. So, this intoxication is out of ignorance. It's losing the sense of your own self, is what this person was an example of. But the intoxication that we are talking about is because of prajnana. It's not about ignorance, it is about knowledge. So one who is intoxicated, losing every inhibition, losing every likes and dislike, losing everything associated with one's ego, but because of true knowledge of one's own self. That intoxication is what we are talking about here. To get to a state where everything seems one. There's no duality, there's no me, there's no you, there's no individuality. You become totally intoxicated in that stage, is what different texts explain it as. Even Amma's bhajans, some of the songs that Amma so soulfully sings, there is Nin premam kondenne unmattayakugen amme. Nin premam, with your love, kondenne, with your love, me, unmattanakuga. Make me intoxicated with your love, O Mother, is one of the bhajans that Amma sings very soulfully. There's another bhajan that Amma sings again very involved and very soulfully. Shakti Rupe Ninde Namam Shravikyumbol Chittamodun Chittamorun Shakti Rupe, O Divine Mother, O Divine Mother Shakti, the form of energy, form of power. Ninde Namam, hearing your name. Shravikyumbol, when I hear your name. Chittam, my mind, my heart. Unmatta bhavam endum. My mind gets into the state of intoxication when I hear your name. There is another bhajan in praise of Lord Krishna. Oru naalum njan kannane kanum. There's a line in that song too. It goes as Unmatta bhakti tan uttunga seemayil ninnu jnanananda nrittamadum. Unmatta bhakti, intoxicated in devotion. Uttunga seemayil, intoxicated in devotion. I'm in that peak, in a peak state so high, and I dance in that high peakful state. That state which is very difficult to explain in words. I dance is how the words go. I remember that high state where bhakti, jnana, ego, everything just becomes one. There is just oneness, and you become intoxicated in that experience. Recently, I remember, I'll quickly get done. We have 4 minutes beyond, just 1 or 2 more minutes, and we'll be done, I assume. Amma recently was asking a question during bhajans. She was asking the ashram residents to respond to this question. She was asking, is a dance or is a dancer different from the dance? Isn't the dancer, or shouldn't the dance and the dancer be one and the same? And different people had different explanations to give. One of the senior swamis was discussing about Amma when she used to do Krishna Bhava Darshanam and then Devi Bhava Darshanam following that. Amma would just dance when the Krishna Bhava starts. And then when it changes to Devi Bhava, Amma would just dance. And he said that is a perfect example of where the dancer and the dance are not different. Because Amma would just dance, forgetting everything. Sometimes people would be even scared to go near Amma, seeing the way Amma dances. Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 has a verse. It goes as Ahamkara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. The being or the self that is covered, or that which is mold in ego, will always think I am the doer. There is always doership where there is ahankara. And where there is no ego, which the Divine Mother, the unmatta, the intoxicated state that Amma is talking about, there is no ego. So there is no Amma dancing like Krishna. Amma becomes Krishna because of that ego which delineates between the dancer and what the role the dancer plays, or the dance. The dancer, the dance, and the role that the dancer is dancing, they all disappear. There is only oneness, which is true intoxication. So that is the intoxication that we are talking about. So prajnana ghanarupini, the ultimate knowledge, the purest knowledge that dawns within, one becomes like intoxicated, and we become totally in a state where there is no difference between me and you. That's what these three names point out to. So let us not misunderstand the 575th and 76th name, the intoxicated mother, wherein the Divine Mother is drunk. Yes, it is drunk, but drunk with what is most important? Drunk with pure knowledge, prajnana. So Madhvi also has the meaning sweetness. So one who is drunk in sweetness. So prajnana ghanarupini would be Om prajnana ghanarupinyai namaha. So let us chant it together. Om prajnana ghanarupinyai namaha. Om prajnana ghanarupinyai namaha. The 575th name, Madhvi Panalasaya. So it would be Om Madhvi Panalasayai Namaha. Together. Om Madhvi Panalasayai Namaha. Om Madhvi Panalasayai Namaha. In case I didn't give you the word by word meaning, Madhvi, intoxicating drink, Pana, drinking, Alasa, one who is saturated. Okay. Then Matta, it would be Om Mattayai Namaha. Together. Om Mattayai Namaha. Om Mattayai Namaha. Sorry, we overshot the time. Let us anyway conclude, sincerely praying to the Almighty that every being in the creation is happy, content, and peaceful. Let us chant the Shanti Mantra together. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namah. Hari Om.